Data is not information, information is not knowledge, knowledge is not understanding, understanding is not wisdom. I do not want the peace which passeth understanding, I want the understanding which bringeth peace. Understanding is a two-way street. Economics is everywhere, and understanding economics can help you make better decisions and lead a happier life. Science is a way of life. Science is a perspective. Science is the process that takes us from confusion to understanding in a manner that's precise, predictive and reliable, a transformation, for those lucky enough to experience it, that is empowering and emotional. Freedom from the desire for an answer is essential to the understanding of a problem. With age comes the understanding and appreciation of your most important asset, your health. The universal Zulu nation stands to acknowledge wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, and equality, peace, unity, love, and having fun, work, overcoming the negative through the positive, science, mathematics, faith, facts, and the wonders of God, whether we call him Allah, Jehovah, Yahweh, or Jah. It is difficult to get a man to understand something when his salary depends upon his not understanding it. The noblest pleasure is the joy of understanding. There are three kinds of yes. There's commitment, confirmation, and counterfeit. People are most used to giving the counterfeit yes because they've been trapped by the confirmation yes so many times. So the way you master no is understanding what really happens when somebody says no, when yes is commitment, no is protection. When you quiet your mind, you can enter a world of clarity, peace and understanding. Much learning does not teach understanding. Only the wise know just where predestination ends and free will begins. Meanwhile, you must keep on doing your best, according to your own clearest understanding. You must long for freedom as the drowning man longs for air. Without sincere longing, you will never find God. Don't believe what your eyes are telling you. All they show is limitation. Look with your understanding, find out what you already know, and you'll see the way to fly. If you aren't humble, whatever empathy you claim is false and probably results from some arrogance or the desire to control. But true empathy is rooted in humility and the understanding that there are many people with as much to contribute in life as you. There is a lot I need to thank God for, every day. But I think I am blessed because I have a very loving, understanding and supporting family. Truth will always be truth, regardless of lack of understanding, disbelief or ignorance. Be patient and understanding. Life is too short to be vengeful or malicious. Life is full of tough decisions, and nothing makes them easy. But the worst ones are really your personal koans, and tormenting ambivalence is just the sense of Satori rising. Try, and trust again, and eventually you'll feel your mind change its focus to a new level of understanding. Beginning today, treat everyone you meet as if they were going to be dead by midnight. Extend to them all the care, kindness and understanding you can muster, and do it with no thought of any reward. Your life will never be the same again. Shallow understanding from people of goodwill is more frustrating than absolute misunderstanding from people of ill will. I am against religion because it teaches us to be satisfied with not understanding the world. To effectively communicate, we must realize that we are all different in the way we perceive the world and use this understanding as a guide to our communication with others. Empathy begins with understanding life from another person's perspective. Nobody has an objective experience of reality. It's all through our own individual prisms. The evil that is in the world almost always comes of ignorance, and good intentions may do as much harm as malevolence if they lack understanding. Understanding Hamas/Hezbollah as social movements that are progressive, that are on the left, that are part of a global left, is extremely important. That does not stop us from being critical of certain dimensions of both movements. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Life is an unfoldment, and the further we travel the more truth we can comprehend. To understand the things that are at our door is the best preparation for understanding those that lie beyond. Our uniqueness, our individuality, and our life experience molds us into fascinating beings. I hope we can embrace that. I pray we may all challenge ourselves to delve into the deepest resources of our hearts to cultivate an atmosphere of understanding, acceptance, tolerance, and compassion. We are all in this life together. The more one does and sees and feels, the more one is able to do, and the more genuine may be one's appreciation of fundamental things like home, and love, and understanding companionship. Control is not real, and I'm really understanding that every day. It's about the acceptance of relinquishing control that makes it powerful for you. Once we realize that imperfect understanding is the human condition, there is no shame in being wrong, only in failing to correct our mistakes. Anger and intolerance are the enemies of correct understanding. People who talk about revolution and class struggle without referring explicitly to everyday life, without understanding what is subversive about love and what is positive in the refusal of constraints, such people have a corpse in their mouth. I am just a human being trying to make it in a world that is rapidly losing its understanding of being human. A beautiful woman delights the eye, a wise woman, the understanding, a pure one, the soul. Communication leads to community, that is, to understanding, intimacy and mutual valuing. Without understanding yourself, what is the use of trying to understand the world? I don't know what's the matter with people. They don't learn by understanding, they learn by some other way, by rote, or something. Their knowledge is so fragile. Thank you is the best prayer that anyone could say. I say that one a lot. Thank you expresses extreme gratitude, humility, understanding. My mother said I must always be intolerant of ignorance but understanding of illiteracy. That some people, unable to go to school, were more educated and more intelligent than college professors. All our knowledge begins with the senses, proceeds then to the understanding, and ends with reason. There is nothing higher than reason. None of us got to where we are alone. Whether the assistance we received was obvious or subtle, acknowledging someone's help is a big part of understanding the importance of saying thank you. The first test of a truly great man is his humility. By humility I don't mean doubt of his powers or hesitation in speaking his opinion, but merely an understanding of the relationship of what he can say and what he can do. Fantasy is hardly an escape from reality, it's a way of understanding it. A man may imagine things that are false, but he can only understand things that are true, for if the things be false, the apprehension of them is not understanding. Having family responsibilities and concerns just has to make you a more understanding person. The highest activity a human being can attain is learning for understanding, because to understand is to be free. The brain is like a muscle. When it is in use we feel very good. Understanding is joyous. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.